This is CBC Here and Now.
A wish comes true for a Labrador hockey player when a Good Samaritan sees his story on Here and Now.
A key figure in the Roman Catholic sexual abuse scandal is dead.
A man paralyzed after a moose accident gets the gift of independence.
How will this change your life?
Oh, he's about to go places that I never went before.
We have snow for Labrador, rain for the island, high winds for everyone, lots of nasty weather around the province, and an early look ahead to the weekend and a potential storm for the east. Details coming up.
Well, let's get to our top story. A small RCMP plane made an emergency landing in Gander this afternoon.
The pilot was scheduled to land in St. John's, but poor weather diverted him, and that's when he ran into trouble with his landing gear. Here Now's Garrett Barry reports.
Witnesses are calling this a remarkable landing. Behind the fence and through the rain behind me sits an RCMP plane that landed at Gander Airport this afternoon without the use of its front landing gear. The plane landed at about 1:30 p.m. Emergency vehicles were already waiting on the runway. The airport knew for about an hour that an emergency landing was necessary. Wade Parsons is a former airport employee who saw the incident. He shot video, and in it he says you can see the plane landing on its two rear wheels, traveling for several seconds on the ground before grinding to a halt.
Everybody was amazed he put it down so gentle. Like, you know, some people were even clapping and whistling and stuff like that. It was cool. It was really cool. He just dropped the nose down, and you can hear the scraping of the prop up against the asphalt. And so it was a really good landing. It's good that he wasn't hurt.
CBC did speak to airport officials today. Airport CEO Reg Wright says the pilot was the only person on board the aircraft, and he said he was able to walk away from the incident on his own 2 feet. An investigation to find out exactly what happened to the aircraft will commence. Garrett Barry, CBC News, Gander.
An 11-year-old hockey star from Sheheshe is getting his Christmas wish. He wanted to play for the Lake Melville Minor Hockey League. That's the one that he's been part of for 3 years. But Aries Benuin doesn't live in Happy Valley Goose Bay, so this year he got the boot. Until that is, we shared his story with you last week on Here and Now. Jacob Barker has more.
Aries Benuin is back where he longed to be, playing with his friends, the same ones he's been on the ice with for the past 3 years. Did you miss them?
Yeah.
It's all thanks to a woman who contacted Benuin's family after seeing the story on Here and Now. Grandfather Sebastian Benuin says he was speechless when he got the call last Friday.
I couldn't even talk, and I was so excited, and I was happy, and I was almost cried.
Arias couldn't play for the league because of Hockey NL rules. They state you have to live in the place where you play if there's a league at your level. He lives in Sheheshe, but he wanted to play in Happy Valley Goose Bay, as he's done for years. But Lake Melville Extreme wouldn't allow him to be released from the new league in Sheheshe, saying if they did it for him, they'd have to do it for everyone. Then a call from a stranger, offering them a place to live in Goose Bay, changed everything.
I never met her before. Then he told me, you know what, your grandson is a star. He need to play hockey here in Goose Bay.
So Arias and Sebastian are moving to Goose Bay to live in the small place at least for the hockey season, checking that residency box and giving Arias the challenge he wants.
Don't chase. He only got 2 practices, and the arena is not open during the weekends.
And the practice he needs to get ready for some big spring tournaments.
He got to go Florida, he got to go Toronto, he got to go Montreal, Quebec City. He needs a lot of practice.
Practice he will get, all thanks to the kindness of a stranger.
If you could say something to her, what would you say?
Thank you really much.
The woman asked not to be named for this story, but said doing this was her Christmas wish. She just wants Arias to be able to play where he can have fun, be challenged, and keep developing. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Well, still in Labrador, last night more than 200 people gathered for a candlelight vigil in honor of Happy Valley Goose Bay Mayor John Hickey. Hickey was checking snares Saturday when his gun went off and he was shot under the chin. He was brought to hospital in St. John's where he remains in critical condition. Holy night, all is gone.
people talk about John as a fighter and pretty strong-willed, you know.
I can't help but laugh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Why are you laughing?
Well, the doctor wasn't long saying John Hickey is a fighter, and I thought, you don't even know how much of a fighter he is. He's over the top. He's quite a guy. I just want to let Peggy and Trevor and Wendy know that we're all here and supporting them and thinking of them and praying and hoping for John's speedy recovery.
He's done a lot for the community, so I thought that, you know, I was kind of thinking that this would happen, but he does so much for us, and, you know, he deserves to, you know, come like this.
He is certainly a person who cares very deeply about the community and about the employees who work for the town and provide many of the services that this community relies upon. I have full faith and hope that he will make a full recovery in due course, and I look forward to seeing him once again back in the town hall, you know, continuing to work for everyone in this community.
Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Beautiful night there last night in the Big Land, but...
A very touching vigil, yeah. And as you say, but... things have changed. Weather conditions, big time, have changed.
Yeah, in Labrador, lots of stormy weather there today, lots of snowfall, more to come. Why don't we just get right to it, because there's so much to talk about. There's so much weather on the way, but here's a quick look at what's on the way. We have lots of wind and rain on the island, lots of wind in particular for the west coast, rain and drizzle all throughout the night tonight on the island. Winter storm warnings in much of Labrador tonight, and about 20 to 30 centimeters for some areas, upwards of 50 in Nain, so lots of snow there this evening, and we're keeping an eye on a Saturday storm that may come. It's still very, very early days, but we are watching it for sure. So this is a look at what's happening here right now. You can see all the snow across Labrador. Winter storm warnings in effect there, blowing snow. The RCMP is advising people to stay off the road between Happy Valley Goose Bay and Sheshatshiu. On the island, we have high winds and lots of cold, drizzly weather, and we have a wind warning in effect for the west coast that will persist throughout the evening tonight. It'll start to clear off for some of the island on Thursday, but you can see some onshore flurries moving in for the morning. Thursday should stay fairly calm, except for extremely high winds for the island tomorrow, but in terms of precipitation, not too much there. But that is going to change Thursday night. So if you're heading out Thursday night at about 11 o'clock, things are going to, here it is moving up here, this system, things are going to start to get pretty messy for Central with snow there. For the Avalon, we have lots of rain on the way and very, very high winds. So I'll get into more detail about all of that coming up a bit later. Anthony?
Thank you, Carolyn. A competition to bring hockey back to the capital city may save taxpayers money. CBC News has confirmed that 2 groups are vying to secure a team for St. John's, and part of the deal may see a new operator managing the Mile 1 Centre. Here now's Mark Quinn reports.
Sports fans in St. John's are warming up to this. Ticket sales were good for the Edge's recent 4-game stand in the city. Now there's promise that this, professional hockey, may also return here too.
We now have at least 2 groups, possibly 3, interested in bringing hockey. We're not sure if that's Quebec Major Junior or East Coast Hockey League.
The group that brought in the Edge has always said it hopes to also have a Quebec Major Junior team in St. John's. Now it's scrambling to do that because a competing group that includes former Edge consultant Glenn Stanford is also working to bring an East Coast Hockey League team to the city.
If and when that happens, we would welcome that. That demonstrates that this building is an asset and that there's people interested in coming here and operating it.
Whether you're a hockey fan or not, this could be good news for St. John's taxpayers. Good news because those hockey groups want a long-term contract to operate Mile 1. A contract that could see the city's subsidy to Mile 1 reduced or cut altogether.
There's been some discussion about there being no subsidy. There's been some discussion about the subsidy being reduced. It really is kind of down to how you work and strike a deal with the group that you're going to deal with in your particular municipalities.
There's been talk that Danny Williams is behind the Glenn Stanford Dean MacDonald bid, but that's something his spokesperson vigorously denies. They say Williams has no involvement in the effort and added, to be honest, he has zero interest in ever having to deal with Mile 1 management again. All this comes at a time when city officials are predicting that 2019 will be a challenging year for the St. John's budget. Trouble that a Mile 1 subsidy cut could help ease. Mark Quinn, CBC News, St. John's.
The local recreation centre in Wabush is in danger of closing. The mayor says the town needs to find $500,000 to keep it open. After the closure of Wabush Mines in 2014, the province agreed to subsidize the complex for 3 years. The town asked Labrador City Council if they would support the centre, but it declined.
Teddy Purcell is another step closer to playing for Canada at the 2018 Winter Olympic Games. Purcell was named to the Canadian team's roster for the Channel Cup, a 3-game tournament in Moscow, which begins tomorrow. The 32-year-old forward with 8 years of full-time NHL experience is playing in the KHL in Omsk, Russia this season. With his professional career winding down, the St. John's native says playing for Canada at the Olympics would be a dream come true. The roster will be finalized in the new year. Wouldn't that be something?
Yes,
We'll
lots
keep
to
you
celebrate,
posted.
watch the games with certain vigor.
So, as you all know, Christmas is coming, and so are your donations to our Feed NL campaign to help the Community Food Sharing Association in this province.
Yeah, and today an auto mechanic topped up our total with a very generous donation, so I popped over to JJ's Service Centre in Mount Pearl for a quick chat. So Gary, tell me, how did you decide to make this donation this year?
Well, we did the donation for the food bank last year. When we went in to see Mr. Walters, my son and I, the place was pretty full. It had a lot of groceries there.
Yeah.
And I got talking to Egg about the transportation issues and the staff issues and trying to keep it all together. So this year we found out that it wasn't as good as last year. There's not a lot of stuff at the food bank.
Right, you visited, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you see?
Empty. Maybe a few boxes of this, a few boxes of that, but last year it was all stocked to the ceiling with pallets of goods, canned foods and onions, potatoes, vegetables.
Right. Now, you're not a super large company, but your donation, $5,000, is very generous. How do you raise that, and why so much?
It was my kids' reaction initially, because back in the day, like most businessmen like myself, we gave away a lot of money in trinkets every year to suppliers, customers, like every year.
Right.
And they said, "Dad, what are you doing with all this stuff?" I said, "Well, what am I doing with all this stuff?" He said, "You know, there's an awful lot of people out there that are downtrodden,"
right,
kind of thing. So I said, "Well, okay, well, you guys figure it out, and we'll make a donation to somebody."
Right. So one major donation instead of lots of little things.
Yeah, a lot of little trinkets. Look, but at the end of the day, you give away as much junk as you receive. And that's pretty much what it is, right? And I don't need it. I need them to my suppliers or the people I do business with.
Well, listen, it's a very generous donation, and everybody appreciates it. I know it'll go and it'll help a lot of people. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, with that $5,000 donation from JJ's, our new total now stands at more than $86,000, thanks to you, raised for food banks around our province.
That's great. Donations are still being accepted online at cbc.ca/feednlday or at any RBC branch until January 6th.
And now a reminder for people in Labrador, Labrador Morning is having a turkey drive this Friday at the CBC station in Happy Valley Goose Bay.
And now to another uplifting story. There were 2 vehicle giveaways for 2 families in need today in St. John's. For the 14th year, Collision Clinic gave away a refurbished car to a family facing challenging circumstances.
This year's recipient was Sarah McNiven. She's a single mother of 2 young girls, and she's in training to become a personal care attendant. And before today, they were dependent on family or public transit to get around.
It'll mean that we get to go getting groceries or go swimming lessons like they want to do and take them where they want to go.
Well, as you'll see coming up right now, the generosity did not end there.
I'm very happy. He's got family in the Bay that he could never see because we had no transportation. When we did have transportation, it cost $600 to go out for a day. And now he can go out and see his mom, who's in a nursing home in Earls Cove, because she can't make it in all time. And now he can go around and see Christmas lights. Perfect. Because he couldn't see nothing last year.
Ben was a musician, a hard worker. He worked day and night. He worked with the school board. He's with us today, and I know he's so happy that I donated to somebody like himself, that without a vehicle, you've got no quality of life.
Oh, he's able to go places that I never went before.
Wow.
What can you say?
Yeah.
Wonderful, heartwarming story, and certainly going to make a difference for
Yep.
Philip.
And I'll go get the Kleenex during the break.
I'm a strong believer that today's bully is tomorrow's abuser.
The search for solutions to end domestic violence. Welcome back. CBC News has learned an RNC officer is under investigation for an alleged domestic violence incident, and there are questions about how it was handled by the force. Here Now's Glenn Payette is on this story.
The incident happened about a month ago in St. John's. A reliable source has told us that RNC officers were called to the home of a veteran member of the force in response to a domestic violence complaint. When they arrived, they found a woman whose face had been bloodied. But the alleged abuser, a male RNC officer, was not taken into custody. Normally, the constabulary has a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to domestic violence. Repeated requests for an interview with Chief Joe Boland have gone unanswered. This comes in the wake of 2 current and 1 former RNC officer being investigated by serious incident response teams from outside the province. CERT Nova Scotia is dealing with 2 of those. It says at this point it has not been asked to look into the domestic abuse allegation. Glenn Payette, CBC News, St. John's.
Now, late this afternoon, we heard from the RNC, and they stated the chief will not be doing any interviews on any internal investigations that may be ongoing.
A clothing exhibit in Corner Brook is tackling stereotypes surrounding sexual assault. What Were You Wearing depicts outfits Corner Brook women wore when they were abused. Its aim is to debunk the myth that clothing plays any role in sexual assault. Here Now's Colleen Connors took a closer look at the Grenfell campus exhibit.
So this is the What Were You Wearing exhibit, and this is actually, it's been adapted from, the original exhibit was hosted by the University of Kansas. And basically, it's a myth-challenging display that addresses the widespread victim blaming that we see happen in incidents of sexual violence. It's incredibly difficult. This stuff is never easy to deal with, and us as organizers have really had to invest in our own self-care in doing this. And of course, we're inundated with sexual violence, stories of sexual violence. And there's kind of a shift right now. We're seeing it a lot in the media. And even though it's not a new issue, since it is coming to light, we really wanted to do something that's going to challenge the myths that what you are wearing somehow contributes to your victimization, because it's those attitudes that are extremely damaging, not only for people who have come forward, but for people who may want to come forward in the future. I guess it would be the children's outfits for sure. Of course, that's a super difficult topic. When we talk about sexual violence right now on a societal level or in the media, we don't often address sexual violence and child in the place of victim. But this is something that's crucial and it's important, because whether it's a child, whether it's a woman, whether it's a senior, we need to be cognizant of the judgment that we cast. What we do hope is that it maybe creates maybe a pause for thought. Maybe survivors can seek some support in having an exhibit like this. And maybe for those who haven't experienced sexual violence, it's going to cause a little bit of a change in attitude towards how we address sexual violence when we hear about it in the media, when we hear about it in our community, in our schools, in our workplaces. So we want to make our society, our communities as supportive as possible.
Last night, we heard from 3 women who are survivors of abusive ex-boyfriends. They say the justice system is not protecting them. In fact, they say it favors the abusers. Here Now's Megan McCabe has been looking into this widespread problem. Megan, we could hear the pain in these women's voices last night. How does the province deal with violent partners?
Well, intimate partner violence is dealt with by the criminal justice system, and then there are also shelters and support services for victims. One of the big things is court orders, which are used to try to keep an aggressor away from a victim.
Well, as we heard last night, though, court orders, this piece of paper from the court, doesn't necessarily protect these women.
Right, and even if you look through like the past 7 months of the court docket here in St. John's, and even in our news, you'll see example after example of offenders being charged with breaching court orders. If you look at Philip Smith back in June, he admitted to breaching orders to stay away from his ex-girlfriend, Courtney Lake, who he'd been convicted of punching just hours after he left court, promising he wouldn't do that. Now, if you'll remember, Smith killed himself back in November, and police say he is their only suspect in Twin Lakes murder. Another example is Ray Newman. He was acquitted of killing his estranged wife, Chrissy Predham Newman. Now he's charged for a violent attack against his ex-girlfriend.
We have known for quite some time that those orders do not save lives. We know that in 1997, Judy Ogden was killed by her intimate partner. We know that Bernice Rich was killed by her intimate partner. And we know that Veronica Doyle died as a result of illegal contact with her intimate partner.
And Megan, sadly, 3 more women killed in just the past 7 months. How is this violence being dealt with?
Well, there are initiatives. The RNC actually has a special intimate partner violence unit, and there's a new program in the hospitals so that doctors are being trained to spot signs of domestic abuse. But then there are lots of people saying that that's not quite enough. Lawyer Lynn Moore says that we need electronic monitoring for these types of offenders so that a computer in the RNC actually pings when someone gets near an address they're not supposed to. And they're also really advocating for education in schools to teach kids at an early age about healthy relationships and how to spot the signs of abuse, because it often starts with psychological or emotional abuse before it gets physical.
And we need to teach our children that, violence is wrong. Violence against men, violence against women, violence is wrong. And we need to support a culture that fights against that. And, by and large, intimate partner violence is a learned behavior. So we can unlearn it. And we really need to do that.
Megan, the province is giving this issue some attention right now.
That's right. Justice Minister Andrew Parsons called a new committee to deal with this issue, and it met for the first time last Friday and identified some areas to be worked on. It's just not clear when any actual changes will be implemented.
Megan McCabe, thanks very much.
Thanks, Debbie.
And Anthony, there were over 1,100 reports of women being sexually assaulted. That was in 2015. Of course, men also are abused, but not to the same degree at all.
No, experts also say that only 10% of sexual assaults committed against women are reported to police.
Gone are the days of lost our way.
Buddy Wuss's name and the other fellers are hitting the road for their final big tour. On Boxing Day, the tour is coming to your television.
You couldn't have Santa Claus without the elves. It's the same thing, right? You can't have Buddy Wuss's name and the other fellas without the road,
The tour, the band, the history, the fans, see it all and still some more to go. 6 p.m. on December 26th, everywhere in Atlantic Canada.
Welcome back to Here Now. A developing story. An unruly passenger was removed from a Porter Airlines flight that was set to depart from St. John's Airport this evening. The airport authority says there was no direct threat, but when the plane returned to the terminal, passengers were rescreened, and that then grew into a situation where all passengers in the departure lounge were also rescreened.
And turning our attention to the weather, we'll get to that in a moment, but you too had a bit of fun yesterday with the Toque Tuesday contest.
Yep, absolutely. And you were here, of course, filling in for Debbie.
And Ryan was here as well, and we had kind of a fun question that we asked.
Yes, the question was, given the province's financial situation, what should the provincial government ask for Christmas from Santa?
Yeah, so we asked for responses on Ryan's Facebook page. We have the winner, Julia Mary White, and she wrote she wanted to help feed everyone that needs it, and she says that it's heartbreaking to see how many people depend on the gathering place for their meals, and they are the true heroes as they help so many people in need. So that's what she wrote.
Great sentiment.
Yeah, and that was a sweet entry. On Twitter, a little more saucy kind of answer. Dion Davis on Twitter wrote that it's a time machine for Dwight Ball, so he can go back to 2014 oil prices. And it came with this little graphic, which is the prices of oil and Dwight Ball riding the Christmas sled of oil volatility. So there's the premier. So thanks for that. We'll get the toques to you. And if you do get those toques, we always like to see a picture of you with it so you can do that and then send it off to us.
That last one was creative.
I know, that took a bit of time.
Yeah.
Nice work.
All right, let's get to all that messy weather, Caroline.
Oh my goodness, there is so much weather. Let's just have a look. We're going to start with some warnings that are in place. You can see Labrador City right over to the upper Lake Melville area. We're looking at a winter storm warning, a total of 20 to 30 centimeters expected overnight tonight. Nain could see upwards of 50 centimeters by the time this is all said and done tomorrow. We have a blowing snow advisory in the Makovic area, Rigolette. So it's going to be very windy there, lots of blowing snow. Special weather statement for the Cartwright area down the coast there. So there's going to be some freezing rain happening there. Rainfall warning for the Straits area, Red Bay, 25 millimeters of rain expected tonight. So lots and lots on the go in Labrador. On the island, wind is really the big story for the west coast. We have a wind warning in place along the coast there for Corner Brook. Gusts up to 130 kilometers an hour tonight. Even windier in the Rec House area. Wind warning there for 150 tonight. But it will be quite windy right across the island and lots of precipitation. You can see the snow there and high winds really for everyone. You can see in Labrador there gusts of 80 coming in onto the shoreline there. And looking ahead to tonight, this is what we're expecting. Temperatures mostly above zero for much of the island, but lots of rain and showers. It's going to be really drizzly and cold and windy, and snow will persist throughout the night tonight in Labrador as well. Looking ahead to tomorrow, well, the snow will taper off for parts of Labrador. It will continue in Nain, and those winds will remain strong. And on the island, we're looking at some onshore flurries for the west coast. A little bit of a mixture of some precipitation coming, maybe a little bit of drizzle for the east, but mostly it's going to be sun and cloud there. But the winds will remain very, very strong throughout the day. And you can see some flurries and a mix of some flurries and rain happening there on the south coast. So looking ahead to Thursday afternoon, fairly mild on the Avalon Peninsula, 4 degrees as the high with a mix of sun and cloud. Cooler as you go west, -2 in Corner Brook with those flurries there along the coast. In Labrador, you can see that mixture of rain and flurries that's happening along the coast in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and the snow will continue in Nain throughout the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. For the Avalon Peninsula, we have a wind warning in effect, 110 kilometers an hour tomorrow night for the Avalon Peninsula. And it's not just that. We're going to see lots of rain coming through too. It's going to be a very quick system, but it's going to dump about 25 millimeters of rain here. Going to hit us about 11 o'clock tomorrow night. You can see for central areas, we're looking at about 2 to 4 centimeters coming down very, very quickly. Then it's going to pass us by and things are going to clear off on Friday. But winds will remain quite strong. High gusts on Friday. You can see Twillingate gusts of up to 85 there, 100 along the straits, so it's going to continue to be quite unsettled as we head into the weekend. On Friday, we're looking at temperatures just below zero for much of the island, a mix of sun and cloud for central areas. In Labrador, we have more flurries on the way, much cooler temperatures. Labrador City looking at -12 on Friday. So then we'll be looking ahead to Saturday, and there's a potential for a storm on the way there. It's still early days, but we're definitely keeping a close eye on that. I'll have more on that a bit later.
I've always been into nail polish, but I was like concerned about the chemicals that was in it. It's an art, it's not just chemistry.
I haven't met a lot of 15-year-old business people.
I don't do well being bossed around.
You don't do well being bossed around, so you're the boss.
Yeah.
If only we had somebody who could be here for the nail do thing.
Did somebody say nail do?
Welcome back to Here and Now. To a business story now that mixes a Paradise teenager's interest in chemistry, cosmetics, and making money. Maggie Drover is a 15-year-old entrepreneur who, with a little startup cash from mom and dad, founded a nail polish business with a pretty catchy name, Newfoundland. So Maggie, tell me about this business. How did it get started?
Well, it started like it was the concept back in January, so I've always been into nail polish. I've always like painting my nails. But I was like concerned about the chemicals that was in it because I knew it affects women's health. So I kind of wanted to have a healthier alternative for people like around here that's like locally made and a lot cheaper than the stuff that you can buy online for like 30 bucks a bottle.
So Newfoundland, how'd you come up with the name? Great name for a company.
That was a process. It took me forever. I spent like 2 weeks trying to come up with like a catchy name that people would remember, and then I was doing some research online because I kind of wanted it to be like very Newfoundland related. So I saw Newfoundlander, and my first thought was lacquer. So that's where it came from.
What do you like about doing this?
The chemistry part is fun. It's nice to experiment and find new colors because it's an art. It's not just chemistry. You have to experiment with the different color combinations and the consistencies. So it's just as much it's just as much artsy as it is sciencey.
So a mixture of science and art. We'll get back to a bit of the science. You mentioned that you wanted a healthy alternative to some of the nail polishes.
Yeah.
So tell me more about that.
In regular drugstore nail polishes, there are harmful chemicals which affects women's health, like they're hormone disruptors, and they react to the nail, so they chip off a lot easier. But with nail polish that's 10-free or 7-free or even 5-free, it's missing a lot of those chemicals, so it bonds to the nail better and it's healthier for you.
You say 7-free, 5-free, what does that mean?
Well, all my nail polish is 10-free, and 10-free means that it's free of the 10 most common and harmful toxins in drugstore nail polishes.
Okay, what would that include?
One of the most common ones is formaldehyde, which is used to actually preserve dead people. Another one is parabens, which is a lot of people actually have an allergy to.
I'd never thought of actually having a chemical that's used to preserve dead people as a cosmetic.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about what goes into nail polish. It's just nail polish.
So did you become a good applicator for this stuff too?
Over time, you eventually have to become a good applicator because you can't be bad in front of customers and stuff like that. So I think I've improved a lot since I started last year.
If only we had somebody who could be here for the nail do thing.
Did somebody say nail do?
These need work.
You're speaking my language, sister. Let's go.
Tell me a bit about the experiments that you've done here as you try to discover and make new colors, because you've got, what, more than 40 colors?
I've got like 45 colors right now.
Right, so tell me about some of the experiments. What went right, what went wrong?
In the beginning, I ran into the issue of I didn't get, you know how when sometimes you shake a bottle of nail polish, you have that little clicking sound? That's a little stainless steel ball inside the polish, and I didn't realize that when I first started, so the polish just wouldn't mix properly.
So a year into this, have you got it more or less perfected when you decide to make a batch?
Yeah, usually testing from now on, so we have formulas for different types of polishes. So we stick to a formula when we make a new polish, so usually every new polish we make is a usable color.
Now, are you the CEO of this company?
I'm the founder, I'm not the investor.
Now, I noticed when you were making a batch, you had a partner. That was your mom, right?
Yes, my mother, yeah.
So all businesses need some startup. Where'd your mom and dad come into this?
Well, my parents invested in my business, so they're the funders. They thought it would be a good alternative for me getting a part-time job, because I don't do well being bossed around. So yeah, they're the investors, and they're like, help me make my financial decisions.
You don't do well being bossed around, so you're the boss.
Yeah.
So talk to me about things on the sales side, because obviously you make a product, you sell a product. How are sales?
Sales have been doing pretty well, actually. We've got a lot of online orders, and we recently had an event at the Jack Byrne Arena that went really well.
I haven't met a lot of 15-year-old business people. Where would you like to see this business go?
I'd like to get to the fact where it's like mostly online orders, where it doesn't have to be in-person event stuff, so I can just wholesale to shops downtown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive young entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And by the way, she doesn't need an introduction, but that was Chrissy Holmes being our model for us.
Yeah.
I think she had fun, didn't she?
Yeah, she bought half of the inventory while we were there.
Now, since you met up with Maggie, she's had a little bit of a success at the St. John's store.
Yes, I just found this out today. She's been relying on online sales, as you heard her say, but just in the last couple of days, a store, Ruby Rose Beauty Bar in downtown St. John's, they told her that they are going to carry her products for her.
That's so exciting for her.
And
Good
she's
luck to Maggie.
Thrilled.
Yeah. Well, in something else now, something that goes inside and not on you, better eat your vegetables because they're going to be a lot more expensive next year. The annual Canada's Food Price Report is out, and it predicts vegetable prices will rise up to 6%. Blame it on dry weather conditions across North America. Those who love to eat out will be spending more too. Restaurants are predicting to rise as well, but there is some good news. Dairy, baked goods, meats, and seafood prices will either stay flat or rise no more than 2%.
The Bay Roberts RCMP had a list and they were checking it twice. But rather than pulling over the naughty drivers, they pulled over the nice. And then they teamed up with Mary Brown's to deliver some very special Christmas gifts. I'm Germain, and I'll have that story coming up tomorrow on Here and Now.
Let's meet our young athlete of the day. This is Logan March of Corner Brook. He's 10 years old and loves hockey.
Yeah, Logan plays goalie for the Corner Brook Minor Hockey Association, Adam Division, and Logan loves guarding the net and one day would love to play for the Montreal Canadiens. Well,
nice.
at least it's not the Leafs.
Way to go, Logan. You are today's Young Athlete of the Day.
A little bit of editorializing on the athlete of the day. Good for you, Logan.
Anybody who wants to replace Carey Price is somebody with ambition, I'll give you that.
Okay, Carolyn, I guess what you were setting us up for, the long range, is looking dicey, hey?
It is, and you know, Ryan is keeping a really close eye on this. The storm, potential storm on Saturday, there are all these different models and they're all saying different things. So Ryan mentioned to me that he's going to be posting a lot on his Facebook page. So if you want to really keep an eye on it, you should go to Ryan's Facebook page and check it out there. But we'll show you what one of the models is saying right now. So we'll begin though with a look at the next 3 days. This is what we can expect for the island. Temperature's not too bad actually. Thursday we're looking at a high of 4 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. We will have that rain though moving in the east in the nighttime, along with those very high winds as well. A wind warning for the Avalon tomorrow night. Friday we're looking at the potential for some flurries, 1 degree there, and for Saturday still a question mark there. Could see some snow, could see some rain. For the south coast, we're looking at a mix of flurries and rain for Thursday, 4 degrees there, and some flurries on Friday and Saturday as well. We'll see what happens. For Corner Brook, we're looking at some flurries, -2, so it's a bit cooler on the west coast, -4 rather on Friday with some flurries there. Cloudy skies we're expecting for Saturday. For central areas, we're looking at like that messy mix again of flurries and rain. For Thursday, 1 degree, -3 for Friday. Fairly calm in terms of precipitation, sun and cloud. And Saturday, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud there as well. So looking up to Labrador for the next 3 days, much cooler, of course, along the straits. We're looking at some more precipitation, some flurries, some rain, 1 degree. Friday, we're looking at -3 with a few flurries, as well as for Saturday, -4 there. For the Happy Valley Goose Bay area, we're looking at 0 for Thursday with that mix of flurries and rain. Friday, much cooler, -6 there with some flurries, and cooling down again on Saturday, -9. So it'll be a nice crisp day for Happy Valley Goose Bay in that area. For the north coast, we're looking at some flurries on Thursday, 1 degree, cooling down a lot on Friday, -10, and Saturday cooler, -5 there, and mix of sun and cloud. For the western area, we're looking at flurries right through until Saturday. Okay. So Thursday night, I mentioned this a bit earlier, we have the rain that's coming in for the Avalon Peninsula. We have the flurries for central areas. It's going to be very fast moving, 2 to 4 centimeters of snow expected in central areas, about 25 millimeters of rain for the Avalon Peninsula, and high winds. As we move into Friday, we're looking at some onshore flurries and some flurries as well in Lab City. So that will remain kind of clear, but very windy for much of the province. But as we get into Saturday morning, that's when this system is going to hit. So this is Saturday, 11 a.m. You can see the snow, the mix of rain and snow, and the rain here. So we're just going to have to see how this materializes. Right now it's saying that we could see some snow by Saturday afternoon into the evening. So like I've said a few times, we'll have to keep an eye on it for sure. As we're looking ahead to next week, we're looking at flurries right throughout the week. Temperatures cooling down a lot. For central areas, we're looking at temperatures well below 0, -5 on Sunday with a mix of sun and cloud, and some flurries moving in as well for the west coast. And for Labrador, chilly weather up there for sure, but at least it will be clear for the Happy Valley Goose Bay area. -17 on Monday with sun and cloud, -19 on Monday as you start the work week with some sun and cloud there as well. So keep our fingers crossed on Saturday, and don't forget to keep an eye on Ryan's Facebook page. Debbie.
Thanks, Carolyn. Well, he was an important figure during the investigation into priests and Christian brothers sexually assaulting children. Alphonsus Penny died yesterday in St. John's at the age of 93. He was the Roman Catholic Archbishop of St. John's during the 1980s, at a time when horrible secrets were coming to light. Here now's Ramona Deering has more.
1989. It's now clear that the boys who came forward with stories of priests or brothers abusing them were ignored by both government officials and church leaders.
How was it possible for such a long period of time, so many people involved in so many places, in a small community like Newfoundland, for it to go on and for it not to have reached some level of the hierarchy and possibly even yourself? What do you say to that?
Well, first of all, it's a great mystery to me, how such a thing could go on for so long without somebody blowing the whistle.
By 1990, the Winter Commission report is out. It concludes that Roman Catholic Church leaders protected priests instead of their victims. Archbishop Penny resigns.
That report found that your leadership over the past 11 years was totally inadequate, that your response to the victims was unchristian. Do you accept the criticisms of the report?
I mainly, yes. I certainly say that I made a poor judgment in not being more present to the victims and their families when in heaven. But certainly that was unchristian. I don't think that can be denied. But I didn't set out to be unchristian.
One of the people thinking about Penny today is J.J. Byrne. This quiet, safe apartment doesn't hint at what he went through. Byrne wound up in Mount Cashel in the 50s when he was just 11, surviving physical, sexual, and verbal abuse from Christian brothers.
Survival, yes, but fully healed, no, never will be. That's a pipe dream. And anyone who went to Mount Cashel will tell me that.
Byrne says he still gets calls every week from other Mount Cashel survivors. Ramona Deering, CBC News, St. John's.
In other news, in the national news, a tiny house in the foothills of Alberta is being listed with a whopper of a price tag.
It's 1 bedroom and 750 square feet, and it could be all yours for a mere $2.9 million.
The big selling point? Well, check out the view. Oh. That's not bad. That spectacular Rocky Mountain vista.
And conservation rules mean the view will never be blocked by another development. What do you think about that for Christmas?
Well, I put on my list, but I don't think I've got a snowball's chance in Alberta of actually getting that.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
All right, well, last night Ryan showed us a lobster trap Christmas tree, so I thought I would choose this tire Christmas tree. Now, it's hard to tell where in the province it might be, but if you look closely, there is a bit of a hint. There is lots of snow on the ground, so yeah, that could tell you where it could possibly
Canadian
be.
Tire and Happy Valley Goose Bay.
So you've got a truck tire as the base, and then a smaller all the way up. Pretty clever.
Pretty ingenious.
And welcome back once again. Well, bird watchers are flocking to Vancouver to catch a glimpse of a special creature.
There are lots of bird segments. The wayward summer tanager was spotted on a balcony eating peanuts over the weekend.
Far from any place called home, these birds winter in central Mexico, Bolivia, and Brazil.
And they usually spend their summers around the southeastern United States. So another lost but beautiful bird. Nice colors.
It is pretty, isn't it?
Nice and bright.
Very nice.
Lots of birds.
So before we went to the break, I had our weather picture of the day. Do you guys have any guesses where this could be? This nice tire Christmas tree?
Well, actually, I think Anthony's suggestion of Canadian Tire in Labrador might just be it. It looks like an industrial area behind it.
Is it Wabush?
Very close. It is, you know, the place that's getting lots and lots of snow, Labrador City.
Of course.
Yes, so that came to us from Brad Andrews, the nice tire Christmas tree. So thank you very much, Brad, for sending that in.
Yep, very clever, very ingenious, and they need, are those probably summer tires, right? Recently taken off all the vehicles up there.
Lots of different sizes.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but I only just had my winter tires put on.
Good timing.
Good timing.
Good timing.
Anybody else doesn't have it done, you better check out the garage.
Saturday might be late in the St. John's area.
There's going to be a rush.
Do it yourself like Ryan does. It's always impressive.
Yeah. Actually, he got his wife to do it this year.
She will.
He had an injury, right?
I think that's why he used the boot. If you want your wife to change your tires, get a boot. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.